Hi everyone, and welcome back to Woodland Frenchies. In today's video we have a little bit more in-depth video. I want to share with you using one of the litters that we have just produced, one of the puppies that you've probably seen on our website, or if you haven't seen, you can check them out. But we're going to go over Jack Daniel and Sophie's litter and help you guys understand what a new shade is, what a Isabella is, what a lilac is, and what a new shade Isabella carrier. We're going to go over those different things and kind of show you and lay out how we get these and kind of the percentages. And also we're going to be revealing their puppies. We have Sage, Skywalker, and Scarlet. So maybe those three pups just popped up, you know, on the video here that you can see. And we're going to reveal what those results actually were based off of, you know, the percentages that we could possibly get from these litters. So yeah, we're gonna go over the percentage of getting short hair, long hair, and a carrier, or a visual fluffy, or a fluffy carrier, because Jack Daniels and Sophie both do carry the fluffy gene. We're gonna go over their chocolate percentage, which is CO. We're gonna go over their testable chocolate, which is little b. Then we're going to go over the Merle gene as well, because Sophie is a Merle, and obviously we're going to get some Merle puppies. So we're going to go over these different percentages for you today, and then explain at the end, you know, what's a lilac, what's a new shade, what's an Isabella, what's a new shade Isabella, a visual fluffy, and then kind of bring it all together with what all three of these puppies actually got. We'll reveal the results at the end, because we did get some really cool results, especially for one puppy in particularly. And so yeah, I'm really excited to share those with you today. So let's first get started and share both of these parents are carriers of Fluffy. None of them are visual Fluffies, which means that they carry two copies of whether it's L4, L4, or L1, L1. So both parents carry one copy L4. So we're gonna show you what the percentage of these puppies have a chance of getting to be a visual fluffy, a carrier, or actually having none. The blues is going to be Jack Daniel. The reds is going to be Sophie, to kind of help you guys see a little bit more in depth as far as what they're going to get. Alrighty, so it's really easy, guys. All you got to do is bring them down here. So we got an L4 and an L4. You just connect the dots pretty much. We're gonna get an L4 from here, and then we're gonna get an S from here for short hair. We're gonna get short hair, short hair. We're gonna get an L4 and a short hair. So we have 25% chance, one box, to be fluffy or visual. Then you have 25% chance of being just short hair. And then you're gonna have a 50% chance of being a carrier of the fluffy gene. So these two boxes are gonna make 50% to get that. So that's what these percentages are gonna be for these puppies. We had three puppies again, and that's percentages of them to have the fluffy gene shown there. Next, let's get to the cocoa, which is chocolate. Big CO is going to stand for doesn't carry it. Little CO is going to stand for that it carries it. Only Jack Daniel carried one copy of CO, or little CO, which is chocolate. So this block is going to be none. This block is going to be one copy, none, and this block's going to be one copy. So from this here, we're shown that there is two blocks that show that none, which is 50%. So 50% of these puppies are not going to carry the chocolate gene. 50% are going to be a carrier, and then 0% are going to be, you can say, full full carriers of little CO. So unfortunately, we're not going to get any lilacs, new shades, or new shade Isabellas with this litter because the mom is a blue Merle. She doesn't carry a copy of little CO, but we are going to have a bunch of carriers. So it's definitely going to be, you know, we'll see what happens, but we're going to have a bunch of carriers, or at least a good chance of having carriers, which is a good thing. All right, next let's get to the Testable chocolate, which is little B. Dad is he carries 2 copies of little B. Mom carries no copies of little B. Again, she is just a blue Merle, beautiful female, but Dad pretty much has all the DNA that we're trying to get with these pups. So yeah, blue Merle, and Dad is an Isabella because he carries 2 copies of little B. And Isabella is has 2 copies of little D, which is the blue, and 2 copies of little B, which is a Testable chocolate. So it's definitely rare. I'd say Isabella is still rarer than lilac, which lilac is 2 copies of little B, and 2 copies of CO, which gives you the lilac. All right, let's go ahead and see what percentages we get here. We should have a higher percentage of a carrier than the last one. So let's see what happens. All right, so we got big B, little B, big B, little b. We got big B, little b, big B, little b. So what's that saying, guys? It's basically saying that 100% are going to be carriers. So each one of these puppies, no matter what, is going to have 1 copy of little B of Testable chocolate, and they're only going to be a carrier. They don't have a chance of having 2 copies. So we know that these 3 puppies, just by doing this chart here, we can already write down that Sage is going to have 1 copy of little B, and Skywalker is going to have 1 copy of little B, and Scarlet Dawn is going to have 1 copy of little B. So that's a good thing. Now, if you have a male or a female, you want to breed to one of these, and it has 2 copies of little b, you definitely have a shot, 75% chance then of producing producing Isabellas or new shade Isabellas. So that's a plus. All right, let's get to the Merle. Obviously, with Merles, you only want one side to have the Merle gene. You don't want to have 2 parents carrying Merle because they're both recessive, and that can cause blindness. It can cause other genetic issues. So it's very important that only one of your adults has the Merle gene, and only 1 copy of the Merle gene, which is shown here. Sophie is the Merle. She only has 1 copy of the Merle, which is this big M right here, and the dad carries no copies. So we'll show you what percentage the puppies have a chance of being Merle or being a carrier. So big M, big M, little m, n, little n, which little n means nothing. So basically, we have 50% chance of Merle and 50% chance of, we'll just put a circle with an X in it, with being no Merle. So 50% chance of these being Merle, pretty much. I'll write that down here. Okay, so the only thing we were able to figure out for sure, and that's why you have to test these puppies, guys, to know exactly what they carry. The only thing we were for sure on is that on the Testable chocolate, we knew what that DNA was going to be. Besides that, we'd have to completely guess. Obviously, we can see what the Merle is based on how the puppies look. That would be one thing. So let's go ahead and do the reveal and share with you what the results were. Okay, let's start with Sage here. All right, Sage. So Sage, we already have that. And they all have little d. I didn't do, I guess I could have done it, but I didn't do blue. But each parent does have little d. So they're gonna all have 2 copies of blue, which is right there. It gives them a chance to potentially, let's see here, they can't be lilacs either, so they have 50% chance of being a cocoa carrier. So let's see what we have in a cocoa. So Sage, she carried 1 copy of cocoa. Let's see here, Scarlet also carried 1 copy of cocoa. And Skywalker also carried 1 copy of cocoa. I could have put, instead of big CO, I could have put an N there to help make it look a little cleaner. But there was 50% chance that these puppies did not carry the cocoa gene, and actually 100% did. So that's really good. That's awesome. The biggest thing that we're going to get to is the short hair. So now we know that all of these puppies carry testable chocolate and they carry chocolate. So they have a chance of producing new shades Isabella as long as you breed them to a new shade Isabella. They'll be able to produce those pups. All right, now the Merle and the short hair. We were able to tell for sure one puppy was not a visual Fluffy, but we had 2 puppies, Skywalker and Scarlet Dawn. They both look like they could potentially carry the long hair, which we have 25% chance of being visual Fluffy. So let's go ahead and reveal those results, because at a young age, you don't know. You can probably eventually see whether it's a carrier or actually a visual, but we wanted to get the results right away. So let's start with Sage. We knew this. We knew she was a short hair, which is fine. She doesn't carry any, and so that was 25% chance. Skywalker, or let's do Scarlet next. So it was between Scarlet and Skywalker. We thought they both potentially could be Fluffies. Scarlet ended up being a L4 carrier and a short hair carrier. So she has a chance, if you would breed her to a carrier, she has the same chance as we showed here. Or if you breed her to a visual Fluffy or a full Fluffy, she would have a 75% chance of having full Fluffy Frenchies. So she has as a carrier, and then Skywalker ended up being a full visual Fluffy. So that's really cool. We're very excited about that. So you can see Skywalker pretty much has it all here. And real quick, getting to the Merles. Did we test for Merle? 1 copy of Merle. So Skywalker is a Merle. You can see that in the photo. So he carries 1 copy of Merle. Let's see here, Scarlet. Also has 1 copy Merle. And then we had Sage. She also carries 1 copy Merle. So again, we had 50% chance to pass the Merle gene on, and we had 50% chance to pass the cocoa gene on, and it ended up being 100% on both of these. It's not that big a deal with the Merle, but it's really, really good to have all puppies being able to carry the cocoa gene, which is really cool. So pretty much as far as saying what these puppies are, as far as what classifying as a color, they are pretty much a blue Merle. They don't have 2 copies of the testable chocolate or chocolate, so all 3 of these are blue Merles. Every single one is a blue Merle. But they do carry the 2 chocolates in order for them to produce new shades Isabellas or new shades Isabellas. So if you guys had any more questions on kind of the color DNA, and if there was something maybe you didn't quite understand, or if you wanted me to go more in depth on some of the other things that the parents carry that you had questions on, feel free to comment below. Other than that, hopefully this kind of helped you understand a really cool variety of what these puppies could produce. Not just the Isabella's new shades. We went into the Merle, went into the long hair, just kind of give you an understanding how to figure out what your pups are gonna have. I definitely highly recommend to test your parents. You know, we had all their color DNA tested to kind of give an idea of what we're going to be able to get. But again, you can't, just by testing your parents, you are going to have to test the puppies to for sure understand what they're going to get based on what the parents had. There'll be times where maybe it's just more generic, or if both parents are new shade Isabellas, you know, it's pretty obviously what you're going to have. You don't need to test the puppies. But here we had a little bit of a mixture. We wanted our customers to know what they're going to get. And hopefully this video helped you guys, and hopefully we'll do more stuff like this. I know next week we're going to do a more in-depth video with the puppies to show Skywalker. He's a big brute. He's gonna, whether he's gonna make a high-end customer a really happy Fluffy pet, or if somebody's looking to use him as a stud for their program, he'd be perfect for that, along with any of the females. They're gonna make great pups. So hopefully the parents were shown in the video too, to show how awesome they look. Really nice structure. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's videos. Check us out at woodlandfrenchies.com. Make sure to follow our Instagram, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you in the next video.